Oh, we're live. Oh, no pressure. Hey everyone, welcome, welcome. I'm Mia Voss from the Mia Connect. You're watching the Mia Connect Power Chat, and we are live in Vegas, in downtown Vegas. How cool is this thing?
It's actually heart-shaped.
Oh, it is, isn't it? Listen, so we are live at the Inspire Theater in downtown Vegas. We have not been to the Strip. Well, we went to the Strip a little bit. We did go to Caesars and did a show, a food and booze show at Carmine yesterday. Still full, by the way. Who's still full? Ladies? Everybody. It was a full day.
I had a food hangover.
We do have a food hangover, Coma. Do you know who this is, by the way?
Aww.
Lynn Abate Johnson. We've been talking and been friends since October 13th of 2013. We got our first IRL. It's been we look a little like we're a little into each other. We are smitten. Not that that's a bad thing.
No?
No, not at all. So, yay, so the What If Conference just started. This is Felicia Rateliff. You may have seen her. You know, you saw her on the show last week. How are you doing?
I'm great. Everything's kicked off. We've already had our first speaker.
We did.
And Adair, he spoke on, oh my goodness.
Ian, what did you talk about? What if
he's here and he can,
teacher
he
diversity?
can come tell you, but yeah.
He is.
We've already gotten started. We have 20 speakers today. We have 6 breakout sessions where everyone can collaborate and talk about the questions and then create action from that, so that we're not just taking in information, but we're actually going out and doing things about what we heard and what's going on, and just collaborate. It's just really awesome.
It's so good. What did you say last week was crowdsourcing curiosity?
Crowdsourcing curiosity.
So which is so much fun too. So the questions, range from, what if the teachers were more diverse? Ian and I are going to actually talk about what if volunteering weren't just for the holidays, which is going to be fun. What are some of the other what if questions?
Oh,
so many.
You've caught me off guard. We have a whole.
we're gonna loop it in here.
Follow at #WhatIfVegas, and you can follow the conversation on Twitter, and then you'll be able to see as they are happening what people are talking about in the questions.
There's one interesting one that Jason's going to do. It's what if we're all in recovery?
Yeah.
After the last 2 days,
for Vegas.
I think I need to. My liver's been a little bit like, you need to pump your brakes, sister.
And he's a doctor, so he can talk about that.
Yes. I can't wait to see him too. So that's our question.
All right. Thank you. I'm gonna go do my job.
It's gonna be a good day. So definitely listen. If you guys can't see her in the stream, I have producer Rayne Dowell that's helping me out today. So I want to give you a little hand. Thank you, girlfriend. It's good to see you.
Thank you.
It's your birthday.
Go Rayne.
So she's helping out so that I can focus on this. So I think I'm going to do a couple of quick comments, and I'm going to have them. We're going to slide that door shut because it's a little loud up in here, and I want to just say hi to the BatPack real quick. I definitely have Dave Pipe. My Sussex Dragon is in the house. Thank you, Kim. She says, Smitten kittens. Yeah, Kim Armstrong. It is like that for sure. This is a great quote from Tony Velasquez, and hi, brother. What happens in Vegas stays on my social media. You get that right. So we've had to, we're behaving, but there's definitely, there's been a little running around, and that's been fun too. Cameron, my snake guy, hopefully he can join in. He had a call, but he doesn't want to miss Vegas. Candy says, I need to toss some coins in the slot machines for her. #GettingToBeAMillionaire. I love that one. Twinsy Dawn is in the audience. Is she going to watch? Aw, heck yeah. And any other comments you see in there, Rayne, I need to pull in? I know Cheryllyn's here. She says, you look AmazeBalls in red. Thank you, girlfriend. I'm super excited about your hangout today. I just like AmazeBalls.
And we've got Shannon Hernandez. He's saying Bra Vegas.
Bra Vegas, that's right. Viva Bra Vegas.
And Elena Bellometti. Bellometti?
Hi, Elena. Yes. Yeah, I think she's in Spain.
Yeah. And Ars Nova's out there. Hi, Ars.
Hi, Ars. Good to see you. Either Elena's in London or Spain. Elena, remind me, honey. I totally forgot. Dave Pipe wants to know where Carmen is. Carmen's in Spain. Elena's in London, but she's Italian. That's why I'm all. I can't keep track of everybody. So listen, here's what's really cool, you guys. Yeah, we are live, and it's at the Inspire Theater. So this is downtown Vegas, and I'm going to have Kim from the Downtown Project come in and speak here in a few minutes and talk about it. It really is cool, you guys. So it's Fremont Street, and then they've done this container park. I didn't post any pictures, but it is seriously the coolest thing. It's all these containers kind of stacked on one another, this really beautiful open area. Here's a cool thing I didn't realize I would love so much, Rayne. It's it's Vegas at Christmas time.
Yeah.
How cool is Vegas at Christmas time? Here, come on in here. Like, because you saw like all the decorations
Christmas
and everything.
trees and-
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
we're taking. I mean, Vegas is already so lit up as you
Oh, it's on
everyone
crack.
knows. But then on Christmas,
It's amazing.
It's even more.
That is
beautiful.
AmazeBalls. You look up AmazeBalls, you're going to see pictures of that. Hey, so tell us, though, you are here with your family. You're here
Yep.
with Nikita and Nicole.
I brought my crew.
She brought her crew
Yeah.
of it. And then you guys did something cool yesterday, too. Tell us about that.
So we went out to a skate park locally here in Vegas, and we met Wheelz Fotheringham, who is with the Nitro Circus, and he's a wheelchair motocross. Basically, he's a crazy dude.
He's a
in
wheelchair daredevil.
He does the mega ramp, and he travels around the world to do these outrageous stunts and flips off of a mega ramp, which I don't even know what the height is, but you can look him up. He's got some amazing YouTube videos, so if you want to check out something really fun and inspirational, I mean, the guy is just great.
So cool.
He's so positive and so wonderful. And when I went to meet him and shake his hand, because Nikita had arranged, she's a BMXer, and so they had arranged.
She's badass, FY
Me.
Izzo. This kid, in fact, she's right over here. I don't know if she's going to want to come on.
She's a girl
on
doing
screen.
backflips on a BMX
She's
bike.
been like one of the only girls to do backflip,
yeah,
right?
and last year she was the only girl to ever do a double bar spin. So most people don't know what that
we
is.
got
but
to get a video of
as
that
a girl,
too.
yeah. So she
that
went
in.
out to meet with Aaron and ride, and then they were riding together. But when I went to shake his hand, he said, "Get in here," and he's like, he's a hugger, and I'm like, well, hey, I'm an ethnic girl, so I'm a hugger too.
I don't know my excuses, but I love to hug. I'm loving
So
it.
yeah, it was really great fun. And then we went to another skate park later in the day and met with another girl BMXer that Nikita's always, in
So
touch
cool.
with online. So yeah, she's Nikita BMX girl on Twitter,
On Twitter
and Instagram.
And Instagram,
Nikita BMX girl, and then she is on Google Plus, and she's kind of warming up to Google Plus more and more. So with the crew that I brought, I can boss them around, and we're just supporting the social media. So since I have the agency and I do that for a living, 24/7, it's like breathing.
Oh, and she's rocking it out. So listen, you guys go look for the hashtag
Yeah.
What If Vegas. For sure, you're going to see all the conversation of what's going on today, too.
And then it's possible they could get on a T-shirt because they're going to be picking quotes that are tagged with What If Vegas. So if you hear a quote or you see a quote, you can actually have the potential of getting it shared out and liked and retweeted and commented on. Just make sure that you tag the quote with What If Vegas, hashtag What If Vegas, and just a quick one-liner that you hear from the event or see online, and they're going to do a big T-shirt sales promotion.
Definitely. Unfortunately, they're not doing any kind of live broadcast, so just follow that hashtag because we're going to be sharing with it throughout the day as well. So, and I'm really encouraging them for the next What If for us to do some live broadcasts, which is always really fun. So
yeah, they're going to be
tuned for
bringing
that.
it to a city near you.
Yeah, as well, like Denver.
Yeah, Denver, LA, yeah, all over the place.
And again, the conversation is what if, and then you fill that in. So if you'll grab Kim from Downtown Project, because I want to have her tell us about the Downtown Project, and then Ian is queued up, and he just finished his 8-minute. It's your birthday, right?
Yep.
He just finished his 8-minute talk as well. Come on in. Look at this lovely gal. So welcome. This is Kim. Good to see you.
Nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
I'm hoping that she can recreate what she just did on the stage, because you gave such a heartfelt and passion, I don't want to say speech, but talk about what if the Downtown Vegas project is all about. And I don't know if you guys can kind of see it. Like, what's cool is that, like, right outside the window is a giant, and I don't know if it's probably that way, a giant, like, neon cocktail glass. So a lot of, like, old school historic stuff that's been renovated. The Inspire Theater that we're in is really cool too.
This building was a 7-Eleven.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was a 7-Eleven. It was actually the highest grossing 7-Eleven in the country for a long time. And then the building sat vacant for a long time. And we purchased the building a couple years ago and invested in it. And now it's this great complex where, you can come and co-work, you can have great coffee, read a magazine. see great talks like what are going on today.
Totally. And I'm going to post some pictures of the downstairs venue because it is. You walk in and it just has that feel like there's some couches out here. We can sit and get stuff done there. We've got the coffee shop. I see the books, and then there's really cool stage, and that's what's going on right now too. Yeah. So, and as you guys know, you're probably sick of me saying it. You know, I saw Tony Hsieh speak at the Success Summit about a month and a half ago. Lost my mind because I was like, got to get to Vegas, got to get, because of downtown.
That's great.
When I saw the container park and everything, I'm like, that is awesome. Like they are doing cool stuff. And then Lynn told me about the What If, and I'm like, oh hell yeah, I'm going. So I got so excited. So tell me about some of the cool stuff that's here.
We are really investing in helping to revitalize this neighborhood we're in. It's called the Fremont East District of downtown Las Vegas. Where we are right now was really an old school heart of the city years ago, and you know, just a couple of blocks from here was a JCPenney's and a Sears and places that people would go with their families. And Las Vegas really grew very rapidly in a very, very condensed period of time. And with that came, you know, shopping malls and suburban sprawl, and all of that activity moved out of the heart of our city. And so Downtown Project is an investment in helping to revitalize this neighborhood and really recapture that environment in a city where so much of what's been built is for people who come here to visit and leave.
And then only stay on the Strip. Unfortunately, that really how it was kind of built, is everybody's like, no. I mean, maybe Henderson, maybe some of the outlying people have been going to. And then, so for those of you who don't know, Zappos actually is here, and Tony Hsieh does such a great job of building up the Downtown Project, and what he saw is like, you know, people thought he was crazy, right?
Well, people probably still do. He is a little crazy, but in all the best ways. And I think, you know, it kind of goes hand in hand with like the ideas that are being discussed here today. Is he's a person that looks at what if all the time and thinks about not what would stop something from happening, what would prevent you, but looks at the possibilities. And I think here in Las Vegas, we're still a really young city, and we're still a place that's full of possibilities. And
what did you call it, like a gangling teenager? Because it's only 100 years old. Yeah, most of the major cities are.
We're only a little over 100 years old as a city, and so we still have an opportunity to have a real impact on who we are as a city and who we want to be, and what kind of history we want to write for ourselves. So I'm really lucky. I've lived here in Las Vegas for 20 years, and this is to be a part of rethinking how we live here is such an extraordinary opportunity.
Very cool. All right, so let's talk about you then. What were you doing? Oh, you're okay.
Yeah, of course. Why not? I'm amazing.
I can say, enough about me. Let's talk about you. What do you think about me? That's my always favorite one. But so, how did you get started though with the downtown? What was your thank you. What was your impetus to? What were you doing before that when you just threw everything aside and said, no, this is going to be my new baby?
Sure. Well, I had been working for a number of years as a writer and editor for a community publication here in Las Vegas, and really fell in love with downtown long before Downtown Project existed.
Before it was cool, right?
And our mission with that publication was to find, you know, the things that people say we don't have here, community and culture. So I spent a lot of time telling great stories and finding really cool people who were doing, you know, not getting all the love and accolades.
She had me at telling great stories and really cool people, because that's what I live.
I mean, it's not a bad way to make a living, and but the economics of a small publication are a tough way to make a living. It's you feel like the sky is falling all the time. And I decided in June of 2011 that I was going to just go out on my own and do freelance gigs and figure out what came next. And I was assigned a story about Tony. And he had just moved downtown, and there were only a few sticky notes on the now famous wall of sticky notes, as I call it. And Downtown Project was just sort of
cocktail napkin?
An idea. And I was lucky enough to be able to spend a lot of time with him and some of the people that he works with. And a few weeks later, got an email saying, hey, would you like to come and talk about what we're going to do? And
oh, man.
And so that's we talk about serendipity. That was a really serendipitous sort of opportunity. And so, I've been here since the beginning. There are like 4 or 5 of us sitting in I always say working out of a bedroom, which sounds a little suspect.
Right.
It was set up as a conference room, and we just had some ideas, and to be able to see those ideas come to life and be able to share those stories, which is what I'm lucky enough to get to do in my role, and really get to, what we do is help other people fulfill their dreams. By investing in entrepreneurs, you have the opportunity to see people take their ideas and bring them to life. Man. And it's,
how much of a dream job is that, you guys?
It doesn't
everybody
suck,
pop in there and
boys.
there's the finding the dream job, and then there's the watching everybody, just being the bolstering everybody up around you. So we've got everything from I know Zubin Dumania. I had met him last month, so he has the
Turntable Health, which is a membership model primary care facility that we've invested in. It's a great place. Everybody goes, you can see your doctor as much as you want, and everyone has a health coach who will text you and ask if you worked out.
So cool. He's so
you can lie if you want to. Some days you do, some days you don't. And we've invested in 52 small businesses over the last 3 years, just over 100 tech startups, and through those investments and the companies that we actually own and operate, places like Container Park, we've created 987 jobs at the list. So in a city that was really hurt by the economic downturn, to be able to see people get back to work and
totally crazy. I know you guys were the first to get hit and somewhat the last hit to recover.
It's been a long, slow recovery here, but
you can feel
you start to feel it. And I think as much as that downturn was bad, it also gave, I think, the people who live here an opportunity to really put aside things that maybe weren't as important and really focus on what does matter. And Las Vegas was a city that was founded by people who were on their way somewhere else. We were, people came to get water on their way to California. And I think it really stayed a city that was, people came here, they were going to make some money and go back to where they were from. And now it's different. People want to be connected to the place that they live. And so as bad as that was, I think there's always good in everything, and that really perfect storm of an opportunity for so it's pretty amazing.
I love it. So we're going to go to Downtown Project. Is that the website?
DowntownProject.com. You can learn all about what we're doing and see the companies we've invested in and the businesses we operate, and come see us in downtown Las Vegas. I can't encourage you enough.
I can't either, because it is cool.
It's
really
not the Las Vegas you think you know.
And I need to go to O Face Donuts. That's going to be my stop.
Oh my gosh, you have to go.
I'm still getting over Carmen yesterday, but I can't not go in there. I did go to Bochu Sushi. The boys, I was a lost, hangry Coloradan when I walked in there, and they hooked me up.
That's awesome.
I was hungry and tired, and they hooked it up. So you guys, please go check that out. So thank you so much.
Oh, it was my pleasure. Thanks a lot for having me.
It's going to be a good day.
Have a great day.
I love it. Now I'm going to bring up Ian, you guys, because he's been waiting. Ian was the first one. He had the first question today. And we riffed on each other last night in a good way, because I was originally going to, look at him, he's like,
is this good?
Chase.
What camera am I looking at?
You're going to look right up there. So, and you can see how this is going to go. Gotcha. So we met last night. We were talking about your question, and my question was going to be, but I decided to sort of forego the 8 minutes to really showcase everybody else. But my question, and I asked it of you last night, and we started talking, was what if volunteering were not just at the holidays? And then I realized what you do, and you're like, yeah, welcome to my world, because you've also worked with Boys and Girls Club. You're now the executive director of the Martinez Foundation. So this is Ian Adair.
Wow, yeah, asking a question like that is so important, especially when we talk to nonprofits all over the country, because we have needs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 12 months out of the year.
12 months, not 12,
a month
12
and a half. 12 months out of the year, not 10 and a half months out of the year. It's one of those things where there's such a need, and people start to think about what they're doing at the end of the year, and whether that's tax purpose related, whether that's just the holidays, you start thinking more altruistically and start thinking about other people.
Sure.
It's one of those things that we deal with all the time in the nonprofit world. No matter what service of the nonprofit industry you're in, if it's kids, if it's animals, if it's diseases, no matter what it is,
that's right.
We're all looking, and we need so many volunteers, but it is hard.
Yes.
when you have such an influx.
What did we talk about last night? We were sort of joking that when you were with another organization that somebody just drove up with like their truck that they cleaned out their garage, and then we're kind of pissy when they weren't all excited that they were donating a bunch of lids that don't match on Tupperware. Like, what am I going to do with that? So there's a cognizance people need to have of what the need is. I always love it. I've seen some lists that people put out when they're like, what's really needed at shelters, and they'll list like everything from diapers, tampons, deodorant. And so I love when people can get an idea that it is, don't just dump your junk, but think positively about what, have a very definitive thought process and what can help whatever organization you choose to support.
I think nonprofits are being a lot more proactive in what their needs are, because we were for so long just getting everything. We don't all need everything. Sometimes there's something in your basement or in your garage, and it's been there for a few years. You got to really think about where that needs to go and not where you think it needs to go. And we all have these amazing needs and these amazing populations we serve. And so it is hard to turn anybody away who's actually, in their heart thinking they're doing the right thing. But maybe you can refer them to maybe where something needs to go. So we have to be proactive as a nonprofit community and say, here are our needs, and if you can help within those set defined needs, we'll take any help that you can.
Yes, yeah, and I think it's an education for everyone too. Yes, I've not just been like, oh, I'm helping, and why aren't you grateful for it? So that was the other what if question I was thinking about is, what if you chose something, if you got a beat in on a cause or a specific organization and said, I'm championing you. That was a hard word to say. Championing you all year. That was my what if question too. What do you feel about that?
That'd be, and I think nonprofits are actually looking for more. And actually, the nonprofit community and the charitable community has gone more to people saying, I want to give all my time here.
Yes.
Because we're not just looking for, a lot of people think we're just looking for donations, we're looking for investments, we're looking for people's time, which I feel is more valuable.
Time is money, and it really is. What did we say last night? Weren't you saying that, like, why wouldn't companies say, I'm giving this much, I'm giving this many, donating this many man hours instead of a dollar amount?
Right, and there really is no dollar amount on the amount of time you get, because if you get people's time and you get their commitment, you're also getting their network of people they work with, because they're going to go back and tell who they work with. They're going to go back and put it on Facebook where they volunteer. They're going to go back and tweet about it, and that's what you want. They're actually become a whole separate arm of marketing, a whole separate arm of public relations for you, and you can't put an ROI on that. And so the best thing when you have people willing to champion your cause and you can get them engaged and get them interactive, you're probably going to end up having them for a lot longer than the 1 year that they're saying they're going to give to you.
That's right.
And that's the end goal for all nonprofits, to have people there supporting them for life.
That's a great thing, though, and you've been in this industry for a long time, right?
Yes.
In the nonprofit world.
About 20 years.
So you've seen it before social media.
Social media.
Right? So think about how much easier it is now, because and I know for myself, I was telling you about one of the organizations, you guys have heard me talk about Going Home Animal Rescue, and that's been a great thing to educate people, because a lot of times, especially, we were talking about the black or white, either or thing, that people think, oh God, I need to give just so much or nothing at all.
Right.
And so I've been able to use social media, and that's what I'm thinking is so great about social media. People tweet pictures or look where I'm at doing cool stuff,
It's the best. When you talk about pre-social media, you're talking about phone book before Facebook, you're talking about flyers before Instagram,
right,
and you're talking about shout-outs, at a party before Twitter. It's something now where every platform you're involved in, every platform, every network you have, every community you have, every audience you have, now can benefit whatever it is you're doing. You have an opportunity to share whatever your charitable focus is with the world, and that is, like I said before, a nonprofit organization cannot put an ROI on your willingness to share.
Ambassadors, like having all these different ambassadors, right. Of the different things. So what's some advice you want to give to our audience out there? Because they're from all over the place. So.
Audience out there all over the world. And I know it's that time of year where we're talking about just don't give, just don't donate, just don't volunteer during the holidays. But think about right now, what is it you would like to get accomplished in philanthropy? Is it time? Is it being more proactive, involved with an organization more in depthly with engagement? Think about learning in organizations. Look at it as an investment. Look at it as like your portfolio for your investments. Have a portfolio for your charitable giving.
Get your kids involved too. Get them involved.
Get the whole family involved.
And I really do want to see out there, you guys, if you could comment as well what it is that you are championing, what you have championed, or what you're thinking about for 2015. Yeah, add that in as a line item them for your time, right?
Do it.
For your business, guys. Oh, that is close. It's getting loud because everybody's coming out from there.
It's
Oh, they're doing the
break.
break. You guys should see. Like, there's just all the cool kids are out there too. So, what's your call to action? Where do we need to go to check out what you're doing?
My call to action is I work for the Martinez Foundation, martinezfoundation.org, themartinezfoundation.org.
What do you guys do? We haven't even talked about what you do.
We're all about improving teacher diversity and the retention of teachers of color in Washington State. My question today was, what if our teachers look more like our students? This is an issue that is obviously across the country.
Sure.
The number of teachers of color, the percentage is so low compared to the vast number of students of color in our country. This isn't no longer an educational issue. This is a social justice and a civil rights issue. We want to make sure that all students have the opportunity to see a teacher of color at some point in their K-12 academic career, so students can find a way to relate to a teacher culturally, relate to and get to know a teacher on a different level, and they feel comfortable in the classroom. Yeah. And that's what our whole mission's all about.
And he is on point, you guys. You see how he didn't stutter for a second. He's on it.
I know it.
Like white on rice.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
And I'm sorry,
for your community.
I know I'm going to be able to watch your talk later because I had to come up here. So yay! And we're going to post his information in here too.
Thank you so much.
Yay,
this is so much fun. Another hug again on camera.
Ooh, yeah.
I still love my wife. Thank you very much.
It's 2 hugs. Just saying. All right, guys. Hey, Rayne, do you have any comments you want me to pull up there? Oh, Robin said she thought that was an awesome question to ask about what if we were championing all year when getting involved with a nonprofit. Mel-Mel, hey, girl. She said, you go, girl. Do your thing in Vegas. What else do you have in there, darling?
Got Kim Armstrong.
Yeah.
And where is she? Where'd she go?
Oh, she says, oh, I got it. Both you ladies are living the dream. Great people, good stories. Hashtag friends share. I love it. And Dave, I always have to pull up one of Dave's. Hi, Robin Holland. It's not too early over on this side. There's definitely rum in my coffee, Dawn Swick. I thought Dave always lets us know what he's eating and drinking. It's so funny that way. Kirsten Hancock, Kirsten, I always mispronounce your name, darling. I'm sorry. School's out for my little ones. So she says, hey, saying hi to Dawn. So if we don't have anything else, I'm going to pull up another guest. Lynn, who do you want me to? Hi, Jenny Vance. Come on in. Look I have a post-it note. I have you helping me, and I've got a producer over on this side too. So
how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Thanks for having me.
You too. Let's talk about you. What you doing? Did you speak already?
I did.
Okay, we did.
Right after Ian.
And here's what's kind of cool. I am going to pan around so you guys can see. So yeah, see the little fishbowl, and then there's people outside. Don't even try and hide because I'm not on you. By the way, that is Nikita. That is our little BMX gal, in case you missed it. And then what's cool, it's off right now, but during the presentations, because it's the break, we did have everything popping up there.
Slides up there.
So tell me what your what if question was.
My what if question was, what if sales prospecting was more predictable?
Oh, please.
That's a mouthful.
Yes, no, I love it. All right.
Everyone's favorite thing is sales prospecting, right?
Right, and our biggest nightmare, and the people that love sales are great at it, and the ones that don't, we just want to do, not sell it. Mm-hmm. So tell me how you got that inspiration.
Well, I mean, our business lead generation, we are a lead generation company, so we've had the opportunity to run programs for so many different startups. Lead gen, L-E-A-D-J-E-N. Lead gen. Okay. And really, I've become so passionate about it because I've seen how much these early indicators can be for market readiness.
Sure.
And they really should be some of the most important things being discussed in the boardroom. But unfortunately, a lot of companies treat it like an afterthought.
They do. It's a way down line item, right?
Yep. And say, let's just hire some college kids and throw them on the phones, and we'll give them a little bit of training, maybe a couple hours, and expect them to be successful, and then get frustrated when they aren't. And, and then ultimately, the businesses are planning everything just based on where they see revenue coming in, which is important.
Sure.
But what about the 10,000 calls that it took to get that generated? And
so it sounds like you're also getting that it's that people understand what your product is, and so the lead generation is going to be people that are actually somebody that would believe in the product and believe in the company instead of throwing 10,000 calls against the wall and seeing what sticks.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's not just about lead gen. I mean, I couldn't do this business if I wasn't so passionate about it. And whether companies are hiring their staff internally or whether they're working with an outsourced partner, it's the thought process behind it, that it's treated as an afterthought investment. It's not treated as something that has to have a lot of structured process or strategy behind it. Sure. And that's really kind of what I talked about. I shared a story about having had the opportunity to land on an aircraft carrier. And
seriously?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And observe flight operations on the ship and how every tiny little detail was done with a structured process.
Sure.
And when you look at the size and scope of our U.S. military and Navy and what we're able to accomplish, and start to see that it's because those tactics are treated as just as strategic as some complex maneuver with a pilot.
Right, right. What a great analogy too.
Yeah.
That, especially for boys, you're like, oh, you're talking, man,
I'll talk about sports next. And we'll
yeah,
be okay.
really get it in there too. How'd you feel the talk went? And I can't wait to see what we come out. So guys, and I'm sure that you are understanding too that we're going to actually talk about your what if question as well. That's what these breakout sessions are for. It's great. Jenny gets to get her point out there, and then we're all going to crowdsource and like wait. This is going to be smoke coming out from Vegas, but it's just from everybody's thought process too. So awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, I can't wait to see what we come out for that too.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
And tell us what your website is again.
It's leadgen.com, leadgen.com.
Yay! And I know Rayne will pop that in there too. So thanks, Jenny.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
With everybody.
It's the holidays.
I know. Oh, I'm like that year round. Speaking all year round. Next up, I have, look at this little number coming around the thing. I caught lined up. I'm going to objectify Jenny. I'm going to objectify this one. Hello, dear. How are you doing? And he's got this fun little shirt on. Hi, how are you? Hey, Kimberly. Nice to meet you. Okay, awesome. And we're gonna, bring it. Oh, this is so fun. Like you guys, we've lined up out the door. People just coming in the fishbowl too. So, all right. So we got Lead Gen that's up there. Okay, what do you do? What do you know?
I spit game. That's what I do. I spit game. It's not a good thing to say when you're a psychologist, but that's essentially what I do. So I have a bunch of letters behind my name that says it's okay to listen to me. That's
right.
That's what I do.
Don't feel bad if you're so fast.
Actually, I'm former professional athlete turned professional psychologist, and it started out with sports psychology and working with athletes, but on the way to getting your clinical hours and getting licensed, the funny thing is they don't quite put you in the Chargers or Padres locker room, and that was fine. So I actually was able to do some really good work with kids and adults dealing with the nitty-gritty of psychology, the depression, the anxiety. And then once I was licensed, I was able to break free again and apply not only the clinical stuff, but then my business background, my sports background, and really help people.
Like a trifecta.
Yeah, really help people excel. So I plugged myself back into the bicycle world, the BMX world, and was able to help a few guys and girls get to the Olympics and succeed and do that thing. And then it turned out that had some different calls coming in the office, from executives or companies. I was able to do a few trainings with some luxury car brands. So it's really,
so
become
once
quite
you kind of open it up, it sounds like everything.
Quite the hustle.
Yeah, started coming to you too. All right, so tell me a little bit more about sports psychology. So you mentioned it's the anxiety and things like that. Talk to me a little bit more about that.
Sports psychology. It's interesting. Within the field. It's turning more into performance psychology. Okay. But sports psychology, at the end of the day, especially at an elite level, everyone is at the same level. So really, it's splitting hairs. Okay. Once you're at that final point, the final play, you're on the gate for the main event, that kind of thing. Sure. And a lot of times, it's the athletes that get in their own way of their own success.
Oh, I'm sure. Our heads get in the way as business people, in relationships, the whole thing. You can't shut your head off.
And professionally, as an athlete, as a student, it's all about skill development. And that's great. The thing is, though, I like to say, let's work on instinct development. Because you have the prerequisite skill, otherwise you wouldn't be there in the first place. Right. You'll learn those anyway. It's actually, how do we turn our brain off so that we can do what we're trained to do? So, and then there's all this stuff about flow and mindfulness, and all of that goes into play. Yes. So the fun part about working with all these people is you getting into a company or even individually, figuring out their magical formula, working with them to figure out their magical sauce, their secret sauce. That's right.
And it's got to be different for everyone, even though it could be the same sport or whatever the vehicle is. Everybody is different. Whatever's got them to it, whatever their skill set is, right? So you have to
correct. And that's where there's kind of a boutique piece of what I do, which is. The misnomer about sports psychology is, and a lot of coaches come to me, or parents, or whomever, and they just want the fix. I was like, well, if you want the fix, don't come to me.
Yeah,
so unfortunately,
out there,
because I just want that person to focus on X. Well, maybe that's the problem. They're only focused on this. So maybe they're. You know,
so you're helping with balance then too. It sounds like.
It's all part of the game.
Yeah.
It's all part of the game. So it's like the Bruce Lee business model.
I love that. Hey, Rayne, do you have any questions for us? Because it sounds like Steven. Oh, Steven likes my outfit, but I have a feeling he actually likes Dr. Jason's outfit. Do you have any questions for us?
Steven.
We've got a couple of answers to your questions. Kim Armstrong champions the PACE Center for Girls Community-Based Non-Residential Prevention, Diversion, and Early Intervention Program in the state of Florida. So that's what Kim does. Good job, Kim. And Cheryllyn Feierabend.
Oh, poor Cheryllyn. Back her name up every time. Don't feel badly.
DrugFreeZkids.org and FreeArtsAs.org are the two where I contribute my time.
Nice.
She's giving some props to GoDaddy because they provide signups for us and calendars for amazing opportunities. So good job, Cheryllyn.
Love it. Yeah, don't you love that? We got a lot of people out there that are doing that too. So listen, what's your what if question today?
My what if question is totally different than what I normally do.
Okay, good.
And I've actually I was thinking about it. I actually left room for it to be difficult for me.
Okay.
Because I'm home. So what most people don't know is I went to junior high and high school in Las Vegas.
Oh, wow.
So I'm local. And my question is, what if we're all in recovery?
That we heard about that actually.
Yeah.
That was going to be the good
heard
question.
about that?
Well,
my question precedes me? That's scary.
You know what it means? Everybody's so excited about it.
So so it's interesting, and I don't know if my parents are going to show up, so it'll be interesting because my parents haven't even seen me with my cape on, so to speak, in action. I'm just Jason, right? But anyways, so
That's gonna be awesome.
It'll be interesting to experience this with everyone as well.
And it sounds like when you're going to be sharing something, and you dug deep on this one as well with this question, right?
I dug pretty deep. I went through a yoga phase earlier in the year, so it was part of my vulnerability experiment, right?
Exactly.
I wanted to put my own stuff to the test.
Yeah.
From a mental standpoint. And
But you know what? That's the great thing too.
Right?
Exactly. When you've been helping so many other people and digging into their stuff, now you've probably gotten like, let me take a look at what's going on.
Yeah, we always look at our stuff, and even Dr. Irwin's coming on in a few minutes, and he's going to talk about belief. We actually work together on a lot of things, but he's going to talk about belief and core beliefs, limiting beliefs. So, and that's the deal. It's shifting that perspective. Altering maybe a bias, or even just examining that bias that you may have, and those slight little shifts in percentage points make huge differences exponentially down the line. So, I'm hoping to practice what I preach. This is like what we would call in the business calling the process. That's what it is.
Well, and don't forget, you're going to give your what if talk, and then we're going to work on it. So yeah, you're in it. Hug it out.
All right, hug it out.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
I can't wait to see
Appreciate
that today.
it.
That's going to be awesome. So yay, this is a good group. Yay, thanks. All right, who's up next? Because we are just lining them all up. Did you have anything else? Do we need to pop in with anything? Richard Clarkson is watching. Thank you. Cameron Young is here. Oh, look at who's here. One Great Life. Phil, darling, I wish you were here. Love you to death. All good. Anything else, Rayne?
That's it for now, I think. I'm taking pictures of you while we go.
Yay, thank you. And listen, you guys, this is Mark Rowland that's here with me. And if you have any questions as we're going through it, I'm going to try and find that. And then after the show's done, too, I needed to get, hey, Lynn, will you find out what Jason's, whatever his, and you can follow Jason at Real Dr. J Rich. RealDrJRich. So, and he's on Google Plus. Yeah, so we're gonna give him some Google Plus to love too. So, hey, let's talk about you. Why? Welcome. My hands are cold, so keep holding my hands.
It's a cold room.
It's cold in here.
I'll give you my jacket.
He's got an accent. Yeah. I just got that.
We all got accents.
So much. Sorry.
Where's mine from?
I have a lot of coffee. Keep talking. Let me hear.
I'm half English, half Australian.
Oh, see, it's a hybrid accent. I would have never gotten that. All right, let's talk about you. So, what are you doing here? What's your what if question? Tell us about you.
So I live in Vegas now.
Okay.
I run a company called Rocketeer, which helps all of Tony Hsieh's investments.
I am so excited. I talked to Kim earlier this week, and I know, yes, and our Kimberly, so I'm so excited. So tell us, I mean, you guys, we've already talked with Kim with Downtown Project, so yes, so, and it's ROC, right? How do you spell your company?
ROCETEER. So Rocketeer without a K. Because return on capital and return on community are the two most important things that we work on.
Now, are you also real big on the collision thing? Can we talk about that? Of like the colliding and all that? So tell us about Rocketeer, because it's very instrumental in what's going on in this neighborhood.
It is. So Rocketeer's mission is to unleash the potential of the ecosystem. So the ecosystem here being Tony Hsieh's investment ecosystem.
Yes.
We also can work with government ecosystems or corporate ecosystems, but right now we're focused on the ecosystem of Tony Hsieh's investments, which there's 165 companies inside of that ecosystem.
Right.
So it's like our community that we work on.
Yes.
We're trying to unleash the community, help everyone be self-actualized, help everyone be happy,
right?
But at the same time increase return on capital as well.
So it's got a plan. Cash. I love that. Now, did you handpick these companies, or how did they?
No, we had nothing to do with the picking of the companies inside of the ecosystem.
Okay.
We're just paid to help.
You're just like, now you got all your little hens and chicks all running around, and said, hey, you're bringing them together.
So the Downtown Project has the Vegas Tech Fund, which is a $50 million fund that's invested in a whole ton of tech investments. There's also the Small Business Fund, which again, another $50 million invested in places like this that we're in right now, plus coffee shops, restaurants, art galleries, and then we have the school, then we have Turntable Health as well. So
right.
So like an education field, there's a health field, there's innovation, creativity.
Which truly is the ecosystem that you need, because you need all these different things. If you don't have the specific parts, it isn't an ecosystem, because there's something that's lacking in that.
So we take a very systemic view. I was lucky enough to study system dynamics at MIT in Boston and loved it.
So you're not very smart, are you?
So I
MIT, really?
So I did, just really interested in looking at the interrelationships and the sort of the knock-on effects and the cause and effect of a system at a system level.
Gotcha. All right.
Your body's a system, and I'm sure if I just kind of took out your liver, it would not probably operate as well as it's operating right now.
The last 2 days, the liver's probably off by itself. Like, listen, you knock that off, so get it.
We look at a community ecosystem. Like, what do you need?
Yes.
I mean, what do you think you need to make a community a success?
You definitely have to have everything that encompasses every age and gender. So it has to have a lot of balance. So it does have to have, everything from where you live to where you shop, where you work, where the education is. So again, for me, I would think it would encompass, from birth to retirement and beyond. So that's me pulling it out of my, hopefully that was a good answer for you.
And then what we do at a community level is Rocketeer focuses at 3 levels. So the human level, so the Mia level.
Yeah.
How can we help you to be the fullest flourishing, self-actualized version of you that you can possibly be?
I love that. Fully flourishing, self-actualized possible person that I can be. Yes, please.
Then you may work in a team.
Okay.
In a company. So then we want to also help your team or your company be the best version of itself that it can be. And then your team is inside of an ecosystem.
Right.
So then we want the ecosystem to be the best that it can be as well.
Right.
So Rocketeer focuses on 3 levels: the human level, the team level, and the
you guys love that?
level.
Which it really is. So it's not just siloed. I use that a lot too, that it's not just you or you and your company. It's then that's the best that it can be, and then that's contributing to the community around it.
Because just imagine how amazing you would be, even more amazing than what you are now, if you were fully self-actualized. And then imagine if everyone in your team was fully self-actualized. And then imagine if everyone in your community was fully self-actualized.
Yep.
And then the extension of that is imagine what the world would be like if the world was fully self-actualized.
Now, can you talk about some of the challenges that you have too? What's one of your challenges?
Time.
And that's drops the mic.
Well, we have 165 companies that we help, and there's 5 of us full-time in our team.
Gotcha.
We have access to a whole bunch of what we call cloud rocketeers as well, that are just
What's it called?
Cloud rocketeers.
Cloud
so we have ground rocketeers, which are work for Rocketeer, that are based here in Las Vegas at the moment. But then we have hundreds and hundreds of cloud rocketeers, people that came through the Downtown Project that just love to be involved. They want to help in some way, and we try and help them to help the teams. So they donate maybe 1 hour a month, and we just connect them. So we do it like a dating service. We have a matchmaking service.
Plus, it's a cool phrase. Are they from all over the place?
Yeah, all over the world.
Okay. So it sounds like I can segue and say, what can we ask our audience if they wanted to get involved? Like, what are you looking for? Let's say I'm in Denver, and I don't know if you heard earlier, I have been so fascinated with this project when I saw Tony Shea speak in Boulder in October, and just, if you guys have heard me joke, I look like a court stenographer. I was writing. I'm like, gotta get to Vegas, gotta have arrows, and then Lynn lets me know about this conference, and I knew it was in downtown Vegas. I'm like, that's it, I have to go. So what, like for me, or for somebody that's in Denver, like what are you looking for, what we could do?
Well, we look for anyone that has a skill in something.
I like talking to cool people all day. That's my skill. Talking to cool people about cool shit.
So what we do is we look for, I guess what we do within our community here, we say, what skills do you need? What are you lacking? What are some areas that you could
Sure.
do better at, either from a coaching, a mentoring, or a training point of view?
Yeah.
So we have a comment team as well, so we do coaching, mentoring, training.
Okay.
So that's what we're trained in. Everyone on the team has got 20 years plus experience in a field that we believe is important for the community to get supported. But then the Cloud Rocketeer is literally, I mean, we're just trying to find out from people what skill are you, what thing are you passionate about, what thing are you skilled at. We have an API that we link into LinkedIn, so we literally suck in all the data from LinkedIn and say, these are all the things that other people in the world have said that you're good at, that you've been endorsed at. So that's like a list of skills that you may have. And then we look at the need of the community and we try and match them, but we don't just match them based on skill. It's matched based on chemistry as well. So like a personality.
It's a dating service.
There's got to, exactly. There's got to be a personality match. Because you may have the skill that I need, but if I really don't like you, then I'm just not going to listen.
Yeah, I'm not going to want to work with you. Yeah, like time
but then
is
it's
money.
not just about relationship, because you may be someone I really, really like, but if you're not skilled at what I need, then again,
that doesn't work either. But that, that sounds like it's facing some good truths of like, we need to get stuff done, so let's face what's going to work best. Yeah. Do you think, are there any models out there like you in other cities?
There's similar things to what we do, but we haven't seen anything that's the perfect match. Because there's nothing really in the world that's a perfect match to the downtown project.
No.
We're looking to be the community glue that helps everyone sort of fit together and help everybody. So
I love it. It's got a little bit.
It's kind of like a bit of an incubator, a bit of an accelerator, a bit of a self-help group.
Totally.
We've all been trained with Tony Robbins in terms of coaching, so we're at that level of coaching as well. So
that's interesting. I like that.
And then we've all got the skill set. So
and
I've spent 20 years in business. All my teammates have spent 20 years doing something, whether it be tech, whether it be marketing, whether it be business development, strategy, blah, blah, blah.
I love the blah, blah, blah. Now, let me ask you, are you guys looking to at least take the model and then have other cities use that model as well?
Yeah, well, so our target customer is either an investment ecosystem. So someone like Tony who's got a lot of money that's investing in lots of companies that wants to create that community feel where they all help each other.
Yes.
And that's where the exponential growth comes in. So an investment, it could just be in the individual, or it could be a portfolio, like an investment fund that want to do that. So that's one of our customers. The second one is governments. So there's a whole bunch of governments in the US right now that's looking to create some sort of an entrepreneurial ecosystem within their geographic area.
Yes.
So that's a target for us. And then secondly, corporates. So large corporates.
Gotcha.
Because the studies show that innovation within a community increases when the community gets bigger, but innovation inside a company decreases when a company gets bigger. So we're trying to look at how we can actually go in there and actually inject some entrepreneurialism and incubator program inside of the company.
It sounds like harness all that energy, that crowdsource all those people too. That does get kind of lost when it's the cubicle city and everybody's sort of off by themselves too. So.
Well, the fun thing is, you could be working in a cubicle, you could be in the accounting team, and you know what the issues are.
Yeah.
You know why the company's not flourishing. You know why your team's not flourishing. That in itself could turn into an idea for a startup.
Yes.
So it's helping the company to actually realize there's all these people inside the company that know what the problems are.
Sure.
And if we can just help them
under their nose, right? Yeah. Like just to recognize those people.
And just help them to flourish, basically.
All right. So where do we find you? Because I know.
Rocketeer.com.
So it's ROCETER.com. Yeah, I spelled it right. Yeah, thank you so much. This, by the way, so I have my little handy post-it. This is Mark Rowland. So thank you so much for coming on and sharing that. I was talking to Kimberly earlier, and I'm like, yeah, I definitely want to meet him and have him come on the show because, again, you're definitely the grout joints around this whole thing of keeping everybody all together. Make sure to go check out Downtown Project and then Rocketeer as well because you can see all the different businesses, the stores, the restaurants, everything that's pulling it together.
Come to Vegas.
So. All right, thank you so much. You're making a difference. Are you speaking today too?
No.
Okay, that was out. Yeah, that was good though. That was enough. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we're at 10:49. I don't know if anybody needs to do what's on the bottom. I got white jeans on today. That's what I got going on. So, and some shit kicking boots, as Miss Lynn says. So, come sit with me, honey. Let's talk about you.
Let's talk about enough about me. Let's talk about you. What do you think of me?
That's the best thing ever.
We got our cool shades on.
What? No. Yes, we do. Yes, absolutely. All right, what do we have comment-wise? Because I'm sure everybody's so excited to see Miss Lynn too.
Well, we have a last comment, Kimberly Query. She's saying, Mark, your last guest was a born Englishman who's been living in Australia for the past 20 years and is now living in America. Well, that's kind of cool. And Andy's chiming in saying, ooh, what if we were all in alignment with our personal needs and our life purpose? Woohoo, Mia Voss. Love how you're rocking our world with your maliciousness.
Hi, Andy. How much do we love Andy Lyons?
I know.
Like that. Let's do
I
it.
know. Ooh, Andy.
Love her. Love it. Yeah, we've got Elena's in the audience. Of course, Dave. Let's see else we got. Any other comments that we need to pull up, you think?
I'll go look for some.
Let's see. I'm going to pull up this one. Entrepreneur, yeah, think tank within an organization. Pure entrepreneurship. Thanks, Mark. Listen, you guys, we're going to post all the links that are on here. But if you could, just to show support and do the hashtag #WhatIfVegas and just pop that out. Does Matt Murray want to come in for a
Join in the conversation.
This is the man who put this together. He's good.
The hardest working guy in Vegas. Right
This
here.
really is. So you guys saw Matt on my show last week. Now I get to punch that person who's right here.
You get to see the craziness in action.
We've had such a good couple days. So yesterday, Matt and Felicia came with me and Lynn when we did the Carmine's Vegas, which was really fun. And then Carmine's was so gracious to let us sit there in mobile office with all our food.
We're going to move in.
And, yeah, we're going to move into Carmine's pretty much. It was like the Italian kitchen. And then we ended up going over to the container park, which was wonderful. We were at Bin
21.
Bin 21 hanging out. So we've been able to just sort of sit there and do a lot of what ifs before we even got to today at all. So, but this is a huge, tell us real quick. I know we talked about last week, but just give us your, what's going on today and just the vision of it.
Beyond the craziness, we're crowdsourcing curiosity, and one of the greatest things is just the way the community emerges in so many ways. One, just to help out with Lynn, with yourself, and all these wonderful people. But also, we're always looking for new ways to explain what if in a very short, pithy kind of way.
Sure.
And I've kicked around several, but it's funny because I'm working on actually. Right before the conference, we had a deadline for our book, the big book of what if, and our editor's like, now's the deadline. And one of this part of the process is reaching out to high school students to get their ideas and their questions to integrate it into the book. And I'm going through the notes that one of these high school students submitted, and just kind of as a throwaway line he put at the bottom of his question and his thoughts on this question. And I looked at that and I was like, this is the greatest way to explain what if. And what it is, so the long intro is so I make sure I give credit where credit is due, but he explained what if as the black coffee and cold shower for a drunken social conscious.
Do you love that?
This is a 15-year-old, and it's really what we're trying to do. We're trying to shake up everything that is standard, shake it up and see where it settles. It should settle on something better. Sometimes it settles on the same, and that's fine, but how do we engage a community of people to come together who normally aren't having conversations together and challenge everything, but do it in a very safe and positive way so that it's not challenging with negativity and force, but a way to come together and really create something new. And I'm looking around right now, and it's
good stuff, you guys. So I feel like too, there's one of two things. It's either one, you're going to get really dialed in on something that you believe in already, but you're going to have the crowdsource of people giving you their feedback, or get a whole new, like, I didn't even know about that. Like Ian talking about, diversity in teachers. We hear about diversity, but I've never thought about that, of what that's like, that there's not a lot of diversity in the teacher arena. So that's what I'm loving too. I think there's a lot of different ways we can look at it as well. But yay! And how are we doing, Rayne? Do we have any comments for Matt at all? And guys, go to whatifvegas.com. You can see the list of everyone that's going to be speaking. The list of questions are up too. So
the list of questionnaires, and on the people are tweeting out pictures of everything.
Yeah. It's really good. So we're going to go. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I got to go start round 2.
Yeah.
And
we'll see you. Yes. Thank you so much. Guys, and sorry if the sound, Rayne said the sound got a little funky at Cold Medina, but, we're not, I'm in Vegas. What do you want? All right, so bring Nicole in, and then we're gonna wrap this up. And Nikita, yeah, bring Nicole and Nikita, and then we're gonna wrap this up and get on out of here. This is Lynn's sister, Nicole.
Hi.
Little gorgeous little number. She's so pretty, and she's helping out
thank
too.
you.
And this is Nikita's mom. That was doing. Oh, she's being shy. Hold on, really, because that's what I'm gonna do. What do you think about me now? She get for being shy. So
Come in, Nikita.
Yay. Guys, anything
Come in,
else we
Lynn.
need to do? Lynn, come on in. We're gonna get all. Look at these two, by the way. Look at these. I want to be in the
My
middle. Hold on a
sister.
second. I want to be in the middle.
From another meester.
Now,
It's
I
a Mia
am.
sandwich.
I'm the same. We have the same parents.
No, I said Mia is.
Oh, Mia.
I have a sister from another mister.
She's adopted.
Thank you so. I am. But look, Whitey, right in the middle of it. I love it. One great life is loving. Matt Murray. Never too young to ask what if. No kidding. That's a great point. Never too young to ask what if. And again,
That's a good quote for a T-shirt.
that is.
I think you should quote yourself and tag it.
Phil, go put that up there.
Do it.
Yeah, do it with the hashtag What If Vegas. What did he say? It's a cold shower and a hot cup of coffee for social conscious. So I'm gonna go get my my cold shower. And hot
I'm
cup of
quoting that. I'll have that up on Twitter pretty
that
soon.
one. That one I love too.
Yeah.
So big shout out to Rayne. Thank you so much for helping me out.
Rayne, you rock.
It takes a village, especially to do some remote stuff. Right. I'm just happy I have pants on. Right. All right, we're out of here, guys. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. Hashtag What If